You know Alex Williams. Airball Alex Williams? You don't know her show? Bro, what?
Should I?
Yes! She's one of the top national college basketball influencers, and she's blowing up with the Dope Blunt podcast and video channels. You gotta take it seriously. Because them NBA draft heads definitely do.
All right, I'll check out.
No. You gonna do it now because she's all over you. Right here, she singled you out and issued a challenge. Throw down. And she even hit me on my socials to make sure you got it.
Let me see that. Okay, so I meet this challenge and then what?
I'm sure she'll hype you on the show.
Okay, and if I don't?
She'll bury you. I seen it happen before, Stone Cold Ruthless.
All right, fine. She wants to go, we can go. I ain't never been afraid of no challenge.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's time for college basketball, and we have an exciting matchup on the way. Moments away, it'll be the Florida Gators going up against the UConn Huskies. Here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Forrest Hunt. Looking forward to a hard-fought contest in this one.
Well, you know, that's the beauty of college basketball in my mind. These players have so much youthful exuberance, they can go all out for every game of the season. And because the season's not as long, that plays into it as well.
Yeah, the stamina of a lot of these younger guys can seem bottomless, which only makes these games even more exciting to watch.
Now here's Webb. Drills the elbow jumper. Here's Thompson.
And, you know, Junior, the son of the legendary Duke, Duke was a standout from Newark in his own right. But unfortunately and sadly, he passed just before Junior started playing organized basketball.
And you have to wonder if that's what spurred Junior to take up the family sport. Junior has probably heard all about the greatness of Duke his whole life. Now it's time for him to write his own name in Newark lore.
Now here's Scott. Outside, Smith. Shot clock at 6. And the basket by Macy.
And that's how you read the floor offensively. Smith seems to always know what's going on.
Diaz outside. Back to Thompson. The 3. Yes! And it's Diaz picking up the assist.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Pass to Smith. Back to Scott. Macy with it. Now Smith. Here's Scott. And the Huskies another 3.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Diaz with the ball to the inside. And here's Lawson. Webb covering. They get it back. Scott. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
How about the Connecticut Huskies? 4 national titles for this small school on the East Coast. They won it in 99, 04, 2011, and 2014. Jim Calhoun built it from scratch, and they've got a heck of a pedigree now.
And each of those titles special and unique in their own way.
The 1999 one put the team on the map as a major program in college hoops. 2004, they had a loaded team. Also, the women won the title in that same season. The 2014 title was special as they were a 7th seed and had to play themselves into the tournament.
And here's Scott. Outside Macy. Pass to Smith. Macy. Defended by Diaz. Now here's Webb. Macy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Thompson, no good. The Gators leading. That's tipped. Here's Junior, and that's good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Some young players just have that grown man strength. Junior taking it right to the defender. And the UConn Huskies with a ton of players in the NBA. Kemba Walker, the big name right now, but he's just the latest in a long list. The team does a great job of identifying and developing their talent. And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
For the Huskies, guys, it's a lengthy list of active NBA players.
Because UConn as a program has done such an outstanding job of developing talent, it feeds on itself. They continue to be able to recruit outstanding players from all over the country because those younger players have seen the job UConn does in developing those who play for the Huskies.
And the Huskies call time here.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
And, you know, that's a huge part of a coach's job, making sure you keep your guys in the best position possible at all times. So I like this timeout.
And it's the Huskies with the ball, trailing by 10. Here's Beasley. Mercer covering. Outside, Smith. To the middle. Beasley, good.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Down low. Mercer outside. Pass to Scott. Inside. Fisher. Yes! And it's Junior picking up the assist.
You know, one thing you can really count on is the Gators are going to be tough now. I mean, this program is so consistent at putting together a tough team year to year.
Despite being in a tough conference, they'll usually make the tournament and have a solid record.
Here's Fletcher. Pass to Scott. Over Palmer. The shot no good by Scott.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Now here's Palmer. And here's Fisher. Back to Scott. It's tipped. It's Smith on the wing. Defended by Palmer. Right side, Smith. Back to Scott. He lets go from deep. He's off on that one. The Gators go the other way with it. Pass to Palmer. Scott. And he makes good on the layup.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Outside, Smith. Porter. And the shot is good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
You know, part of the reasons the Huskies have been so dominant is they've consistently had elite centers come through the program. Dominant big guys have anchored a lot of their success.
And Andre Drummond, the latest dominant big out of UConn. Often they'll be elite on the defensive end as well. UConn has had 2 college defensive players of the year who won the award a total of 4 times.
Pass to Mercer. Scott. Porter grabs the board.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Now here's Mercer. Bayless, guarded by Smith. The 15-footer. And a kind roll that time on the rim as that one falls in.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Pass to Smith. Scott. Back to Smith. Jacks up the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Well, the catch and shoot is all about preparation, and Smith is pretty much always ready to let it fly.
And the Gators call time here. So it's both teams making substitutions. Now the Gators with it.
You know, the Huskies have not always been a premier basketball program. Had success early on in the 20th century, but then burst back onto the scene in the early 90s in a big way nationally.
And they had a great coaching staff that led them from the late 80s into the modern times. The Huskies have consistently been a top team in the country. They've been a #1 seed in the tournament 5 times since 1990.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Now here's Thompson. 17-point lead, their largest. It's Smith penetrating. Count that one.
And you have to account for Leon Smith off the dribble. He's no stranger to playing in attack mode.
Thompson outside. Junior, he's covered by Thompson. To the paint. Lawson, shot's good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Pass to Macy. No good on the 3.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Here's Scott. The shot from the low post is good.
And as great as the UConn men's program has been, it is just a small star in the galaxy of the women's program. You talk about dominance, excellence, championships, 11 titles, and always near the top of the polls on the women's side. They are unlike any other women's program in just about any sport. A super high percentage shot there, you just can't allow them to get that close.
That's to Lawson, and it's good. 2 points.
Good job that time by Junior. Solid ball movement, understanding, and even sensing when one of his guys was open there.
And guys, with the UConn women, all those titles and also 6 seasons where they went undefeated, that's simply unprecedented.
And UConn basketball fans are just so spoiled between their men's and women's programs. All the titles, all the stars over the years. It's no wonder this school adores the sport of basketball.
Left side, Scott. Pass to Smith. Webb. Back to Smith. Macy. He's covered by Thompson. Left side, Webb. Over Diaz. Junior grabs the miss.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Thompson. Good, and Palmer gets the assist.
I don't think you can overstate the importance of Billy Donovan to this school. I mean, he ushered in a golden era for their hoops program. Went on to the NBA, and that's where he is now, but he really made his mark with the Gators.
And the basket by Macy.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Outside Palmer. Pass to Junior. Back to Palmer. Inside. Scott. Huskies with the rebound. Guys, with Billy Donovan, he had over 15 years of sustained success with the Florida Gators.
Donovan was a star in his own right in college. He played for and coached under some of the top.
Substitution on the court. Substitution on the court.
Here's Thompson. Releases from the wing and drills it.
How about that nice dime by Junior to a ready shooter? Well, I tell you what, you can see his floor vision just improving with each game.
Pass to Fletcher. Out on the right wing. Beasley, good.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
To the inside, Lawson takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. You guys, many are wondering if Junior is stepping into a leadership role with this team. The fans feel he's a key star to this program's success this season, and he should be a leader.
Tell you what, there are a lot of upperclassmen who can lead the way on this team, and yet you can't argue that Junior has the talent that warrants a leadership role, even though he's only a freshman.
Back to Thompson, just 5 to shoot. Misses the 3. Now the Gators with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. UConn the foul.
You know, what I like most about Junior is how he stays confident, composed, and focused. I mean, even when he's going through a tough stretch, for a young player that's just developing, he's got a lot of self-confidence.
Macy with it. Outside Scott. Pass to Smith. Back to Scott. The short one's on the money.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And that one's good. Thompson.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
With the best college players often leaving without playing the full 4 years, it's always interesting how much teams change year to year.
Hey, college stars are like shooting stars. Blink and you'll miss them. It's definitely one of the most interesting challenges of the college game for coaches.
Absolutely. I mean, coaches have to constantly adapt to new rosters. They're more focused on getting the best pieces to fit their strategy rather than recruiting guys to build a strategy around.
And he's unable to get anything at the line this time. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on the second free throw. Here's Atkins. Pass to Lowe. Here's Humphreys. Atkins. Florida dictating the flow. Here's Scott. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there.
Always a good idea to go up strong inside. Junior draws contact and gets to the line.
And the second free throw was good. The spectacle of college basketball is certainly one of its big draws. These young athletes are giving 100% effort for every minute of the game.
That's why I think you get such an exciting pace for these games at this level. These players are really hungry to go out there and prove themselves on the big national stage.
Yeah, every player on the floor is looking to have a career-making performance. Who knows? Could be some NBA scouts out there in the crowd tonight.
It's hauled in by Lowe. And Scott picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. We're in single bonus, and they'll go to the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. And he makes the first of the 1-and-1. So it's the Gators winning this one easily.
And the effort from Junior on the boards, I thought set the tone for them as far as effort and want to.
Well, you know, he hails from Brick City, and that hard-scrabble, gritty, lunch pail approach on full display tonight. That kind of motor is truly a skill in itself.
And that'll do it. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. So long.
Yes, this is a good thing. We got the W. You did your thing. Alex Williams is going to be hyping you up for sure.
I'm just glad we got the win. It's one step closer to the tourney.
And Alex Williams. Both can be true, Junior.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm about the team. That's my mentality, always has been, always will be. Alex Williams.
Yeah, that was funny.
Hey, Miss Silas, save the ocean. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to catch up with y'all later.
Okay, see ya.
Damn, 40? Hendricks Cobb.
Okay, so what's this all supposed to mean right now?
Nothing yet, but it'll all shape up as we get closer to the end of the season. Just keep.
Pardon me. Thank you.
Cold hand, sharp pencil. I scribble the stanza as my hands are trembling. Grade 7 made heaven out of words. I began to build a world that only I.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting night of college basketball presented by 2K Sports. Moments away, it'll be the Florida Gators going up against the Syracuse Orange. Joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Forrest Hunt, and I think this is going to be a really interesting contest.
I agree with you, but both of these teams have plenty of exciting young talent. There's sure to be at least a few surprises tonight.
Well, you know, in college basketball, the teams and players are constantly evolving. That's a big part of what makes this season so much fun to watch.
And here's Red Thompson from the arc, drains it from beyond the arc.
And we knew what Thompson was thinking here. It's no secret he's out to distinguish himself as a top college prospect from beyond the arc.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Thompson outside. Scott. And the dunk by Junior.
You know, one thing that Syracuse has really contributed to basketball is their zone defense. As a matter of fact, it's hard to watch a team play 2-3 zone and not think about Syracuse. They've played that defense effectively for as long as Boeheim has been the coach there.
For a long time, it was a hallmark of the Orange. The 2-3 zone forces teams to beat you from the outside as they crowd the paint. The Orange made it successful by closing out quickly on the shooters and never giving up those easy shots. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Wolf, defended by Diaz, and it's going to be 2 free throws, drawing the contact on the shot. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. He hits both from the stripe. Now here's Palmer. Right side, Scott. Back to Palmer. Pass to Diaz. Lawson, guarded by Starks. To the left wing. On the wing, Junior. Thompson outside. Palmer. And a great assist by Thompson as that one goes in.
You know, Thompson is really an effective combo guard, but in addition to his scoring ability, his passing skills are impressive too. Syracuse has one title to its name, but a lot of near misses too. Clearly, you look at the tournament history for the Orange, a lot of highs and lows for sure.
Now here's Starks. Pass to Wolf. West. Here's Miller. Just 5 to shoot. Pulls up from 17. And again, it's the Orange missing. You guys, the Orange, also winning some titles before there was a standardized tournament.
The school is claimed to be the champions in 1918 and 1926. That might be when the school fell in love with the hardwood. They've had plenty of runner-up finishes and semifinal exits in their storied history.
Pass to James. Back to Miller. Wolf, defended by Diaz. Here's James. Ball's knocked loose. West on the wing. James pulls up from 15. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And that's a good glimpse of Kai's tremendous court vision. Sees the open man and gets it to him before the D has a chance to react.
And West gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Is your right side. Palmer, defended by Miller. And that one's good. Scott.
Well, for a long time, Syracuse has been a major player in college hoops. They've been a tough competitor since the 70s. Very rarely will they not be a presence in the tournament at the end of the season.
Now here's Nelson. Right wing. Outside Miller. The pass to Dean. As you said with the Orange, they've been successful for decades.
When you think about program cornerstones, you've got to think Dave Bing for the Syracuse Orange. I mean, this Hall of Famer spent 3 years with the Orange and was dominant in his time. I really believe he laid the first foundational bricks for what became an outstanding basketball program in Syracuse.
Pass to Fisher. And that one's good. Junior.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Now Dennis, covered by Fisher. Dennis, good.
And you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Bayless outside. Pass to Mercer. Palmer to the inside. Bayless, right side. And that one is good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Dean, defended by Bayless. Now Nelson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Excellent D there from Fisher.
Well, you know, the Orange have one title for all their success in college hoops, and they've had plenty over the years. They got it done in 2003, crowned as champions. Melo led the way. It was an absolutely fantastic tournament run and really was a crowning achievement for the program.
Pass to Miller. James.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Timeout call. The Gators. And you guys, beyond Melo, there were a handful of other players on that team that would go on to play Pro Bowl.
They beat some tough teams in the tournament as well. It was a long-awaited moment for Orange fans. Those who were around will never forget that 2003 team.
Here's Palmer. Thompson outside. Junior. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
It's impressive how Junior's inside play has continued to improve. He's now able to outperform many of his peers in the paint.
Pass to James. And Scott picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. We're in single bonus, and they'll go to the line for the one-and-one opportunity.
I don't think there's any question about it. Carmelo Anthony, clearly the most famous Orange graduate, but you know what? There have been a fair amount of NBA players that have come from that program as well.
Syracuse will usually have a player or two that could play at the next level. Often they'll recruit players who will be great in college, and a lot of their best players have stuck around for 4 years because of that.
And count it, 2 points with a chance for one more at the line. So Thompson will go to the free throw line. That one on West. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, you know, for a young fella, I think Red's in a really perfect situation. I mean, he's got a nice complementary player in Junior, so I really think it's important for a developing player to have somebody like that to grow with.
Now here's Miller. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Pass to Palmer. Diaz. Down low. Here's Scott. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9 today.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Miller. Pass to James. The tray. It's hauled in by Junior. The Florida Gators have long been a football powerhouse. They were a football school. It wasn't until about 20 years ago that they really became a basketball program, and the basketball program could say the same thing.
And now both programs are some of the most respected in the country. The school's large enough to be fanatical about both sports. With the athletic talent in Florida, both programs always have some great athletes coming in. And guys, we're seeing Junior develop right before our eyes. With every game he plays, he's maturing more and more. A lot of the skills that take years for most players to master seem to come naturally for him.
To the paint. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Has been smooth sailing for Junior on offense, working hard to prove his big league potential is more than potential. It's a reality.
And that concludes the first half. The Gators on top, up 10. And the first half of play in the books. You look at the game Junior's having, talked about his numbers.
These days, so much of a team scoring comes from the wings or the backcourt. He's flipped that script with an excellent first half.
Good things happen when your young pivot is making sound decisions with the ball and executing at a high level.
Well, you know, the stretch for the Gators in their history is easy to pick. I mean, the school won back-to-back titles in 06 and 07. That was clearly a dominant era for the program.
Talking about those 06 and 07 titles for Florida, those were the first 2 championships for the school, guys.
The Gators had been to the finals before, but hadn't come away with a win. Very rare to see a school win twice in a row like that. Those teams established the school as a basketball powerhouse.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. Here's Miller. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Wolf. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Gators.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
Here's Wolf. Inside. Starks. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Red Thompson not bashful about embracing all the fanfare of being at an elite school. He'll let you know just how great this team is because he's on it.
Thompson is a talker, but every team needs a bit of that. You have to have that voice for your team, that one who's the catalyst for this school and this group of players. That's Thompson.
Here's James, guarded by Scott. Here's Starks, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Pass to Scott. Palmer, defended by Miller. Here's Wolf. And here's Miller. Here's Wolf. Outside, Starks. James. That one a tad offline to the right, but it drops in.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
And Scott with the slam.
Like father, like son, and you've heard me say it before, folks. You can't run away from the DNA. Junior's fancy finishes take me back to his old man's playing day.
And the orange call time here.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Dean, defended by Bayless. Dean outside. Outside Sanders. Shoots the three. Junior grabs the miss.
In one of the legendary recruiting classes for the Gators, that 2004 class, the starting 5 and 6th men all went on to play pro ball. They call themselves the 04s for the year they all enrolled.
Now here's Scott. 22 points for him. Nelson with it. Stolen by Scott. Here they come. Second shot opportunity, and the bucket is good from Fields in deep.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And the talent level for the 04s, simply unreal. Multiple Gators going on to have great pro careers.
You know, it was led by Al Horford, Joakim Noah, and Corey Brewer. Easily one of the best recruiting classes ever in college basketball, in my opinion. Very few colleges have ever seen a class that talented.
Offensive board. That one falls.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Dean outside. Nelson. The three-pointer off the mark.
The roster of the alumni for the Gators, pretty impressive. You look at some great NBA players on that list that did their college basketball playing at Florida.
Some of the big names in the league, Brad Beal, Al Horford, they were stars here with Florida.
Oh, they took me out and I'm like, takeover? Oh. Who's on here?
And the orange with possession here. Outside West. Back to Miller. Pass to West. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
Given the opportunity for a quick hitter, West doesn't waste any time. Tells you something about his instincts as a scorer.
To the middle. Here's Scott.
Oh.
The rebound by the orange.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
Come on,
here's
nigga.
Lawson. Use uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Pass to Nelson. Dennis. Outside Miller. Back to Dennis. To tie it up. The shot that time, not on target. A contributor to any team's success is the chemistry on the floor between the players. Do you guys think the brevity of college careers makes it harder to build those bonds?
I don't think so. No, these players are studying together, practicing together, living together. You instantly form strong connections in those situations.
Hey, I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, a lot of these guys are making friendships that are going to last a lifetime with their teammates. Just one more way in which these college seasons are where players are really forged on and off the floor.
Outside Miller. Back to West. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The best example of West's maturity is how cool he is under pressure. Doesn't shy away from the big moments. This guy rises to the occasion.
To the inside. And Scott with the slam.
Junior has always played with a chip on his shoulder, which serves him well when it's time to make a big shot at a key time.
It's Miller with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
And challenging the bigger defender coming through in the biggest moment.
Well, this guy is always in attack mode, very aggressive. Some players might kick it out there, not him. He's going right to the bucket.
Here's Junior. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line and shoot two. A big part of what elevates the excitement of these college games has got to be the die-hard fans who are so unrelenting in their support of their teams.
You got that right. These crowds stay amped up for the entire game. The dedication of these fans is truly second to none.
Yeah, you know, these fans will do about anything to fire their teams up and give them an edge. That's why a lot of these schools really literally think of their fans as the sixth man.
And here's Miller. Pass to Starks. Miller. Outside West from downtown. Counting. And what a sensational bucket to bring him within one.
Everyone in the building knows who it's going to. And that's the way Kyle wants it. When Syracuse needs a bucket, this guy wants the ball.
And so we drops them both. And it's a three-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Timeout called. The Orange. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
It's good. And that shot brings them within just one.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by two. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a three-point game. Well, it's definitely within striking distance.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
And West gets the whistle that time. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll have to sit the rest of this one out. Free throw, no good.
The perfect chance, an opportunity to wrap it up, and he couldn't take advantage. We'll see if he lives to regret it.
To force overtime. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to OT, but they come up empty-handed. So it's the Gators taking the W in the close one.
Well, it was a tight one, a nail-biter. But I think Junior helped get them over the top.
Yeah, he was clutch. And it's crazy to think he's still just scratching the surface. I see tremendous potential in that young man.
And that concludes our broadcast. Thanks for being with us. Catch you next time.